Rishi Sunak, Chancellor of the Exchequer, has come out with another mini economic update for business owners in the United Kingdom. What does that mean for your business? What does that mean with the upcoming recession? What does that mean for coronavirus? What does that mean for preparing yourself, making sure you take advantage of these new measures or disadvantage, whatever it may be? We're going to discuss that in this video. If you love this sort of stuff and you want to grow your business, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because every week we're bringing out great new content completely designed to grow your business. Gang, this is a conversation, so when we're going through the video, if there's anything that you think, oh, I don't really understand that, James, or you want more clarity, or indeed you've got your own opinion, please comment below, because that really helps me and other business owners on what other people are thinking. And you might be asking the question that they're thinking that they haven't got the guts to ask me. So comment below as we go in the video. And if you're loving this, give us one of those thumbs up. Look, we're discussing my views on the Rishi Sunak update. He is the Chancellor of the Exchequer here in the United Kingdom, and boy oh boy, has he had some things to deal with in his short tenure as Chancellor. I think he's only been in the post like 9 months, and what has he had to do? Quite a lot. And we've still got Brexit on the horizon, gang. Is the United Kingdom going to get a good deal for that? So make sure you're preparing your business, because December 31st, we're at the end of September 2020. We're a few months away from the Brexit deadline. Are we going to get a deal in Europe? There's going to be some fundamental things that your business needs to get ready for on that. And I'll put some links in the show notes, on the video description, should I say, on a link to a government website on all the things that you need to prepare your business for on that. Some really good top tips on that. But let's get back into the Rishi Sunak financial update. Now, on my phone, I made some quick notes. There's a job support scheme. This is replacing coronavirus. I'm not a big fan of this. I'll tell you the headlines of it. It's about keeping people in a job. If you work shorter hours, as long as the company, my company, your company, whoever's company, pays a third of the wages and they do a third of normal hours, the government will cover up to 2/3 of pay. This is for all small and medium-sized businesses, but big businesses will have to prove that their turnover has taken a dip to be able to qualify for this. It's going to be running for 6 months from the 1st of November this year. So it's not as generous as the furlough scheme. What I would have much rather he said, look, if your business has been impacted, you can bring your staff back on 100% full hours and the government will pay a third of their wages. I think that would have given business owners enough energy, effort and enthusiasm to take their business to the next level. But he's done that. It's something. There's loads of people that are building up. They've got all this debt to pay back, all these VAT deferments to pay back. They've got rents that they've not been able to pay their commercial landlords. All of this stuff really, really difficult. It's something. But this is the big one, and I've said this on previous videos, and I've said I thought this was going to come. I predicted this, and you can see it back on previous stuff when Sybil's come out. My big problem with Sybil's was paying the money back over 5 years. You can now pay Sybil's, bounce back loans, and all those other things over 10 years, which is going to make it so much more affordable for businesses to pay that back. And you'll be able to suspend payments if you have a cash flow issue anytime within that 10 years for up to 6 months without it affecting the credit rating of your business. So I think that's a real strong one from him here, and something that I was advocating and I wrote to MPs about. So I'm glad that's happened. It was the end of September that you could apply for a Bedwars or a Sybil's loan. That's now been extended till the end of December. So businesses have got a lot more time to apply for that. And he said that there will be a new government-backed loan scheme coming out in January, taking us forward for the next level. So I think that's really comforting for banks and lenders and institutions, knowing that people can pay it back over 10 years, far more manageable. New government-backed loans coming out in January. You've now got till the end of December to apply for them. So that's great news on a cash flow point of view. There is some things about jobs as well, so there's some good stuff there. Now the big one is people have been deferring their VAT bills. So you was able to, let me try and get this succinct. You had to pay back in your May VAT return in March in a bullet repayment. That was just so unaffordable. And he did say that you'd be able to call HMRC and see if you could do a deal with them if you were struggling. But now you can pay that over 11 equal payments. So it really helps cash flow for businesses. And personal tax, self-assessment tax, you can pay that over 12 months if you're in arrears. So much better on cash flow improvements for SMEs. Now the big one, hospitality and tourism VAT. This is the sector we operate in. It was on the 13th of January going to go straight back up to 20%. Now I predicted there was no way that the government could do this. They have now extended that by another 2.5 months till the end of March. So if you're in hospitality and leisure and tourism, you're only going to pay 5% VAT until the end of this financial year. My prediction is that that will go up somewhat to 7.5%, 8% for the life of the Parliament for those particular sectors, tourism, leisure and hospitality, because, you know, this 10 p.m. curfew is going to affect that industry even more. But they now know they're paying lower VAT for another 2.5 months into next year, and that's a great news story. So that's my brief understanding of it. You know, it's not amazing, but what I'm also keen, you know, I know you can't believe me saying this as a business owner, I'm glad that they're not giving out any more grants. I did want to see the business rates holiday extended from a sector by sector specific if your sector is really in trouble. But we've got to get people back working, and we've got to find new ways of new jobs in the economy where there isn't going to be those jobs any further, and we need to get people back to work, because otherwise we're just going to turn into mush. So Rishi, from James Sinclair, I think you've done an okay job here. I think you're doing a great job overall. It's very difficult. Everyone will be commenting on here saying we should have this, we should have this, we should have this. He can't do everything. There's only so much he can do, and basically some businesses are going to die. I hate saying that. We aren't going to be able to save every job. Some of my businesses are really struggling, but others of them are going like gangbusters, because there's the same amount of money in the world, there's the same amount of people in the world, and money just falls into different pockets. The thing that business owners have got to do to make sure you're super successful is work out where that new thing is going, and you've got to go there. You know, the classic example of this, you know, in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s, everyone had fax machines. If you carried on making fax machines and not going into new technologies, you'd be bust. That's a similar situation that's happening here. You have to accept that the economy's always moving, you're always innovating, and if you don't innovate, you're going to evaporate. And on that case, check out this. This is my membership to my Entrepreneurs University. I used to run live events. People used to come to my live seminars. We can't do that anymore because this rule of 6 and all this blah blah because of coronavirus. You can now become a member of my Entrepreneurs University, where I'll coach you every week with tips, tricks, strategies and tactics to grow your business. You can try it free for 14 days. You can apply to join my Entrepreneurs University. It costs you $49.99 a month after your 14-day free trial at my website, jamessinclair.net, and there's a link in the video description. Let me know what you think of this video. Do you think Rishi could have done more? If so, what? And have some realism. He can't just keep on giving out money, because it just won't work like that. But I'd love to know your opinions, because I am going to draft some letters to MPs, and I'd love to know your thoughts. Hit them in the comments below. I'm James Sinclair. To your continued success, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and watch this video here. It's a good one about coronavirus and your business and growing it. See ya.